time for another Radio Free Cybertron Retro Rescue Bots review. I am Amy.
I am Nick. Hello.
And we are reviewing our last Rescue Bots Season 1 episode today called Little White Lies.
We actually made it through the whole season.
I know, it's great. Awesome. It was broadcasted August 4th of 2012, and it was written by Brian Holfeld. There we go. Holfeld. Our Rescue Bots episode has a very stormy theme as we open our adventure, but the Burns brothers almost get in an accident in the first 2 minutes of the show, and that puts Chief in a very grumpy mood. But it's more than that. Dad is sort of under the impression that no one has remembered it's his birthday today.
Aw, can't forget your daddy's birthday.
No, you can't do that. Yep. But the kids are actually sort of playing dumb because they have a surprise waiting for Dad after all. Which brings up a great conversation from the bots about holidays and birthdays and all these dates that humans celebrate, like, setting the dessert on fire and lighting the tree on Arbor Day.
I like that. This is where you set the dessert on fire. Oh, girl.
That was great.
Again, classic Blades.
Exactly. But then we actually get into the real theme of our show, which is telling little white lies as Chase's experience becomes a tale of how even the little ones don't end very well.
But they also, you get to learn sometimes it's needed, as he explains to Chase later on in the episode. So.
But also, I wanted to point out real quick that Chase's understanding of the concept of a little white lie is kind of more black and white. It's like either it's okay to lie or it's not. I thought.
What did he say? He's like, it doesn't matter what color it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color it is. Yeah.
A lie's still a lie. Yeah. Like that's a good way to point it out, though.
Yeah, it was good. This show, well, as we go on, we find out more information about this, and anyhow. Okay, so how it all goes wrong. Chief tells his kids that he and Chase are going to the docks, but in reality, he goes to the bakery to pick up a cake because he thinks everyone forgot about his birthday, and he's going to bring home a cake tonight when they can relax together and eat it in a nice, modest celebration. So, but on the way home, they check out this loud noise. I don't know how they could hear, but they are able to hear this loud noise coming out of the mine. But it turns out to be nothing. But that puts them in a situation where they fall through the floor and aren't able to get back out.
Yeah, because mines aren't safe, kids.
Yeah.
That's one thing you should take away from this. Don't go playing around in mines.
Yeah, don't go playing around in mines. Meanwhile, the kids can't get a hold of Dad, and once it gets a little too late, they go out looking for him, and they find that they didn't go to the docks after all, so they end up looking for Chase and Chief through the night, all over the island. They're searching, and it's not until the morning when they get a call from the bakery after they get home because they're all tired and they want to have something to eat and rest up a little bit before they go back out. They get a call from the bakery because Chief left his wallet there, and that's when they figure out, oh, okay, that's where he was after all. And so they investigate and they find out, oh, there's this mine next door there. Oh, it must be there. So they end up going and they investigate the mine, and they investigate his mind on the mind games.
It goes along because Chase is learning how the mind works with these colorful lies.
While they're there, they find footprints, and it turns into a rescue mission. In the end, I think all of them learn that it just works out better if you tell the truth from the beginning, even if you want to throw a surprise party. Yeah. Even the little white lies can have their consequences. So, I really liked this the conversations they had on white lies. I mean, it's something that humans do, and to see these questions that the bots ask, it was kind of cool because it's not like they're little kids, but yet in a sense, because they know nothing about the way humans work and stuff like that, the little social intricacies and all of that. It's interesting to see from their point of view what a little white lie, that type of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, the part that I liked was how he was explaining that to Chase. Sometimes you have to have the white lies
Hmm.
because, in their defense, they're having a little white lie to the rest of the community about the bots. I'm like, yeah. And so Chase understood that he has to lie about who he really is to protect the many. So
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting how he made that
yeah.
concept.
And of course, he was saying, "Oh, it's not the same thing." Yeah, well, kind of is, kind of.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
Chase, it kind of is. For Mr. Black and White, you are.
Yeah. See, what a better person to try to, because it was mostly focused on Chase, and he's the one that this was a perfect episode for,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
again, black and white, like you said, for him to try to stretch it into a little gray area was a big
That's a
thing.
big challenge for him because he's
Hmm.
he's more of that, literal
Hmm.
person. He almost everything he takes a lot of things literally rather than figuratively. So yeah. Two other things I wanted to point out. The baker mentions the lady of the house. Now this kind of struck me a little bit odd because if Griffin Rock is a small town, you would think that he would already know. I mean, we haven't seen a mom, so I'm guessing that
No.
she's not in the picture. So, or I don't know. Maybe they've been divorced. I don't know. I have no idea. It just raised a
Mhm.
few questions. I went, huh, okay. Maybe we'll get more on that later. I don't
Maybe
know.
she's locked up in the attic. Maybe there's a big black lie that that Chief is not telling
Or
us.
there's a darker theme that we haven't seen here yet. Yeah. My goodness. Also, Chief gets hurt while he's in the mine. So I thought that was kind of intense for my young viewers, but it
Yeah,
was yeah.
that was getting kind of scary there. It's like, oh no, his arms hurt. He got knocked out. This
Well,
guy
and
took a beating in this
for a
episode.
minute there, I thought he was gonna drown because of
I
how the
know
water
the
was in there.
whirlpool.
Oh yeah. I was like, you don't know how long it's going to take for all that water to drain out. He could have drowned in that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just an intense
It's,
episode there at the end. You're like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh goodness. I
Of
still
course,
really loved the
you
episode.
you
Yeah.
think, well, nothing's gonna happen, but then deep down you're like, maybe.
In reality, if like, because this is something that happened when I was a kid. I lived in an area where there was an irrigation ditch, and you don't want to be where there's like a little opening and water's seeping through or whatever because you're going to
uh,
get stuck there. So if you get sucked down to that, you have
hmm.
to stay until all the water comes out and the sucking is gone. Or, in this instance, in an irrigation ditch, you get sucked underneath, you're going to drown because you can't get off. You can't get off the part that's holding you there. And so it was just they told the kids about that and say you don't want to get in the water at all because if you get sucked too close to that we're not gonna be able to get you out. There's no standing by dive team waiting to jump in there if you go into that. So it was one of those things that, you just were told never to go in it, and this is the reason
Hmm.
why. So I was like, it's just I just kept going, don't die. Oh goodness.
Yeah, this was an intense episode, I gotta admit,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of good lessons that came from it too.
Yes, yes, it was very good for the younguns,
Again,
for the recklets,
yeah.
the kidlets, the recklets.
Where's
Yeah.
that? Where have I heard that before?
So we have not yet reached this episode on our full reviews on the Rescue Center over on theunderbase.libsyn.com, but we should be getting around to this episode pretty soon. So,
Yep.
and as far as I have heard, no broadcast date has been announced yet for the Rescue Bots season 2.
Ugh,
It will be
it better come
broadcasted.
back.
It will. I'm pretty sure it will. It will be broadcasted sometime during 2013. So stay tuned to RFC or tformers.com for more information about that. So, and we'll see you in the near future for our continued reviews.
Hmm. Aloha.
Bye.